What's up, chosen family? In this video, I want to talk about how to maintain an aura so strong that you either force people to tell you how much of a light you are, or you force them to, like I say, throw salt on your name. I don't want to make this long, but I'm going to get deep right in the beginning. But first thing I want to say, shout out to all the peaceful beings in this world that are raising the vibration, because you are on the side of the light, y'all. We were living in darkness like everybody once upon a time, but that book is closed. And now you are writing your own book by being the light that this world needs, y'all. You know, God is putting you on a pedestal. You are highly favored by the Most High, whether you believe or not in the Most High, because you are living in righteousness. You are choosing elevation, while everybody lives in degradation and stagnation. The only thing that I can tell, family, is to keep doing what y'all are doing, y'all. It's never easy. So that's why I respect the ones that are actually putting in the work, because it takes a lot of pain, it takes a lot of grit, and it takes a lot of willpower to say fuck the world and what people think, y'all. People lack maturity, they're selfish, or they never want to grow up, right? And what's the meaning to life, y'all, if you can't grow from life, y'all? If you're not growing from life, y'all, you're comfortable. So if you're comfortable, that means you're not really living, because you chose acceptance, y'all. You're never supposed to accept the bare minimum. It's like staying at a job that's paying you what the fuck you're not worth, y'all. You know, don't ever settle for less, y'all. And if you're around people who are like that, y'all, that's exactly why they hate on your style. They envy you, or they want to mimic you, because they look at you as someone who is not in their bubble, y'all. You're not trying to be in their bubble because you look down on them. You just don't like being somebody who feels that they earn barely what they are given. No. So I want to tell family, aura, presence, you know. And check this out, family. I swear to you right now that people tell me that you have a strong presence. Your aura is righteousness. You know, like you know, man, they'll respect me. They'll want to have genuine conversations, right? We'll talk about life. You know, the Matrix. Yeah, that's still good, because you're interacting with them and you're talking to them from a soul state of view, because you're getting two things. First of all, you are two creations at once, talking about things that may not matter, but in a way, you're uplifting each other with the frequency of the conversation just by your energy alone. And you never know what someone's going through, but then again, y'all, just you standing there and talking and giving somebody a different set of perspective, y'all, you are helping them. That's why you must keep working on yourself, chosen one, because this is how deep life is. But I'm gonna tell you right now, family, that for the ones who are going through all the pain, the suffering, the betrayal, God is trying to show you that shit is necessary. It's necessity. You need to feel betrayal, because how can you not go through something like that, y'all, when you don't know what's real from the fake, y'all? The people who treat you a different kind of ways, how they treat themselves on a daily. So them motherfuckers were never worth it in the beginning. And that's exactly why it hurts you so much, because you have a genuine heart that people lack in this day and age, y'all. People lack a heart. You know why? Because if they had a heart like yours, y'all, they would be striving to become better. That's not what this world offers anybody no more, y'all, because they want to see you down, or they want to see you dead, so they can show you that fake ass love. But to get this aura, y'all, you would have to be someone that takes yourself so serious to the point where you're gonna treat yourself like you're all that matters. Not saying that you're gonna disrespect people or you're gonna look like you're better than them. No, you're taking care of yourself so much that it shows around you, and it bounces off of other people's, frequency, whether they feel that or whether they don't. And that's why you could just come around, y'all, and everybody gonna look at your ass, because your aura is telling everybody, I am perfection. I am becoming perfection every day that I choose myself instead of the fucking rat race, y'all. And that's how you help their souls, because they can't compete with you, y'all. They will try to, and maybe egotistically, yes, but they will never be able to compete with you until they drop that ego, because it's not about competing with your adversaries or with your enemies. It's about looking at what the fuck you are seeing, studying it, and using that information that they are using exactly. Because if somebody has a glow, y'all, the only way you're gonna get that glow is if you put your ego below your soul, so your soul can start speaking to you, family, and telling you what the fuck you gotta do to get to the next level. And this human existence that we call reality, y'all. So in order to get an aura, y'all, you must look at yourself like you are light alone. Think about it, y'all. Planets or stars in the sky have their own auras. That's exactly why they're so fucking bright that you could see them from so far away. We're on a different time zone, in a different space, a different, existence. We're in a whole different plane, what they call planet or realm. But yet, the aura of those stars and planets are so fucking powerful, huge, or luminous that all you gotta do is look up and you see greatness. You don't think you have that shit within you? You do. Why do you think your aura is so fucking majestical? Why do you think people will either love you or they stay the fuck away from you, but they still love you from afar? That's exactly why no harm comes your way. Because why would they want to harm something that they're deeply inspired by, y'all? Then they can't get the sauce of what you are, so they can't use it for themselves, y'all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are possessed, or they're just hijacked by entities and spirits around them because they haven't chose to clean their body up, y'all. A host looks for trash. So if you treat yourself like trash, well, trash will follow you forever. And that's why you must do something about it, y'all. You must cleanse yourself. You must take care of your body. You must eat right. You must treat yourself like God would have treated his body. And if you don't, y'all, you will see the negative effects that are upon your life, y'all. It's gonna be harder for you to do, think, and just become, because you're not at the state to where you feel that already, y'all. Like myself, y'all, I feel happy, I feel blessed, I feel calm, I feel praised, but only because I chose to do the work inside. If you don't do the internal work, y'all, you're not getting shit in this reality, because you're not showing God that you're like walking like him. When God said he lived with the Most High, y'all, he meant that he was in spirit, because spirit is the only way you ascend your physical flesh to the light again, because you're no longer living in low frequency. You're using the spirit within you to tap into higher sources of energy, which is called the Holy Spirit or the Christ consciousness, y'all. And that's when your aura naturally will appear in front of everybody's faces, because, y'all, we are all, connected through energy, whether you like this or not. These phones, they're nothing. Drop the phones. Drop the social media. Fuck that, because women will and men will still feel your vibration whether you're in front of them or not. It's never about the phone, y'all. It's about your frequency and what you're emitting on the realm. And even if you think about people, y'all, they will think about you. You know why? Or vice versa, because telepathy was the first source of communication that was ever in existence, y'all. We didn't have phones then, so how do you think we communicated? Telepathically, using universal languages that consisted of high voltage, what creates a thought that is projected onto the next person, because your power, man, your energy, and literally magnetism. So you pull in what you want. That's how fucking strong and majestic you are. But you don't see that if you're living on fleshly, earthly things, because you don't want to grow up. You look at yourself like you don't believe, or you just been tempted by the world, so you just gave up on yourself. You don't meditate enough. But I'll see y'all, man. This was a powerful download, but you won't get far if you don't strive to become the best, man. Other than that, I'll see y'all, man. I love y'all. Ashe.